This was oh, this was exhilarating. This was pulsating. This was amazing. This is something. Wow. I remember War Pigs, but I didn't remember Holy Wars. War Pigs is also there, right, Savio?
No, Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, okay. I always felt it was Megadeth. Oh, why? Why did I do that? This was great. This was great. I love the end. He hits harder and harder and harder. It got better and better and better. He wasn't willing to give up, even though the end of the song, and he wants to keep people engaged. I like that effort towards the end. It was all good. It was all great, but it ended with a bang, and I love it.
What are your thoughts, Max? First time listener, Megadeth. Holy Wars, the punishment due.
And this is a song that really explains why every war is fought. Then almost every war fought in ancient times to all the way till present day.
Okay.
Most wars have been fought due to ideology, land, greed, politics, religion, and all that. It's very hard to find a war that's been fought because it's for the good of people. Where people, more people will be saved and will be killed. Where more people will get some resource that will continue to let them live, but no. People want to fight because of the identity, because of the politics, because of the ideology, and that's what it is about. People are killing their brother and spilling blood across the land only because they want the land, not because they can't stay on the same land. They want to draw borders basically. And that is what every war, even right now, currently is being fought for. Because they just want to draw a line. They don't want to actually do it for the betterment. Only for petty gains.
Ask the sheep for they believe. Do you kill on God's command? A country that's divided surely will not stand. My past erase, no more disgrace, no foolish naive stand. The end is near, it's crystal clear, part of the master plan. Don't look now to Israel, it might be your homeland. Holy wars.
And then, of course, the song is talking about party issues in general. Like, for example, a note of scholars upon the podium, then and they're talking laws, how courts work, and how some countries basically use justification to fight the wars and to do the crimes they do.
They killed my wife and my baby with hopes to enslave me. First mistake, last mistake.
Yes.
Paid by the alliance to slay all the giants. Next mistake, no more mistakes.
No
What are your
more
thoughts on these
mistakes.
lines? Powerful lines, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on them, Max and Kirti both? And
With,
mercy killings towards the end being screamed out by the vocalist of Megadeth.
you know,
Mercy killings, killings, killings.
I like that when he said killing, 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 coward, coward, coward. I
And
like that
next time
repetition.
next thing you know, they'll take my thoughts away. That happens so often in the world.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you put your thoughts out there, especially on paper or in the media, your thoughts are taken away. You are taken away. You vanish into thin air at times. So often we see people vanishing into thin air in today's world just because they put their thoughts out there.
That's so true. It's not just wars against people who have weapons, but also against people who have the pen and who have the mighty brain. So it's always been a war against those
Yeah.
as well, those who speak the right and those who think the right way. I don't want to get into the lyrics of it too much because I know it would
Why?
get
Why? Why?
into the gray zone, and I like Megadeth for spelling it out. There are bands who don't spell it out. They have literally laid it out in the open. So there is no ambiguity, there is no confusion, there is no nothing out there to guess. Everything is written in the lyrics, and I love the way the lyrics are written and so impactfully. I absolutely adored the way Dave Mustaine sang the song. I mean, he literally put more than 100% of him and his skills while singing the song, and that's what impressed me more than everything else. I love the music, I love the composition, I like the hard hitting. I mean, this song is enthralling, this song is captivating. You just cannot think about anything else. You just cannot take your head away even for a moment from the song to something else. You cannot think about any other thing while you're listening to the song but about the song. The way he sings, every time he brings you back, the way the music changes, everything keeps changing, and it's pretty dynamic the way it is playing. So within a song it is dynamic the way it plays, the way artist or the band members play their instruments, the solo guitar, drums, then again the vocalist, they all are on the A game when they are playing this. They literally, I said, where what happened, I didn't remember this song at all, but then this is amazing.
Fill the cracks in with judicial granite. Because I don't say it, don't mean I ain't thinking it. What are your thoughts on some of these lines, Max? Anything to say about it?
Well, some of these
As a
lines.
young teenager, new generation of this world, what are your thoughts on lines like this when you hear them in a song?
Well, I'd say the band is very brave to make a song like this because obviously this song is targeting by almost every partition or adult and not all scholars really in the messengers of God as they have been mentioned over here. It really is targeted all the partitions who think that they know it all and they're going to show the world that they're going to win a war or something like that. Even those are not wage a war but fully run, to propaganda and all that. I
Through the
mean,
use of religion, perhaps,
yeah.
because the title of the song is Holy
Holy
Wars.
Yes.
wars.
I mean,
It
the
kind of
song
suggests
was.
that it's
Yeah.
about one religion mainly, but I would say it's about all religions in today's world and all ideologies in today's world. It's no one is right and possibly everybody is wrong when it comes to topics like this. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you're out there to kill or harm someone else in the name of religion, in the name of freedom, in the name of revenge, as in it was the case in one of the verses where they killed my wife and my baby with hopes to enslave me. So it might be revenge that you're looking for, it might be outright hatred for that other person's faith, religion, so to speak. What It's all about ideologies and concepts or ideas and beliefs. And at the end of the day, everyone is wrong if they think only their beliefs are the only beliefs to have and the only beliefs that are right. So everyone is wrong. It's not just about one religion. Although it does seem like this song has been written mainly for one religion.
But when you say, Savio, that everybody is wrong and everybody is equal and everything is this, that, it's like me being a teacher, me. There is a brat in the classroom, or there is a notorious guy in the classroom, and he does all the mischief all the time and puts everybody in trouble every single day. And I know he starts certain things. So it's like people shying away from calling that out, and instead, as a teacher, I punish all of the other children also every time that I have to punish that child, so that that child does not feel that he is being isolated or he's been called out. That is not how it goes. I like the Megadeth way that they didn't shy away from naming the child, not absolutely, but or naming the troublemaker. You have to also be honest enough in the world and in the realities that who is creating the trouble, at least call that out, so that the problem can be diagnosed and then there can be a solution. If we keep saying everybody is wrong, someone has to be the one who's starting it.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I love the guitar work in this
I
one.
know.
We can talk about the lyrics all day,
Yeah.
but wow, that guitar work in there, phenomenal guitar work by the guitarist of Megadeth. Absolutely phenomenal guitar work.
Awesome.
I mean, from beginning to end, it starts off with a bang.
It's
Literally
energy.
the
Yeah.
and then that wonderful Middle Eastern tune, after the
For a
first
brief
chorus,
moment, yeah.
just quietens down. The wonderful Middle Eastern tune comes in, and then again that heavy guitar work. Wow, absolutely phenomenal. It's very rare to come across music
One
like
of the
this.
rare songs.
It's
Yeah.
one of those high level, high caliber, songs which very rare to come across. It's like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000 songs are as good as this one. 1 in 1,000 for sure. It's that good musically, vocally, lyrically, so powerful, so strong, potent, omnipotent, you can call it. It's so powerful, and it's definitely food for thought. Forget about taking my thoughts away. It's food for thought for every listener out there. Perhaps they are also part of these ideological movements. They are also part of such religions and faiths and groups that are out to kill all other groups or cause harm to all other groups out there. So this is food for thought for each human being like that. Who thinks only their God is right and only everyone else's God is wrong. It's food for thought for sure. You know, very strong lyrics, but great, great, great guitar work. If it wasn't for the guitar work,
This song
maybe
wouldn't stand out.
it wouldn't stand out as much just based on the lyrics.
Yes.
It's the guitar work of this that really, really makes it stand out to me. I mean, wow, what a great song for a headbanger. If you love heavy metal and you want to introduce someone to heavy metal who's never heard heavy metal, I would suggest a song like this. What a great request by our patron Vivi. Especially for Max, who's not heard much in his entire life, much of music, forget about metal.
Yeah.
This is what a great song to tell him, oh, this is heavy metal, this is Megadeth. What are your thoughts, Max?
This is
Final thoughts.
Final.
well for fan thoughts.
Anything to say about the guitar work and the vocals, the
Well-
drumming?
Well, the vocals is sky high, I have to say. In the artist, really, I'm surprised they not burst the throat while singing it, and they could continue singing all the way to the end. Something no other singer can do. It's really impactful, the singing and the lyrics. You have to say, every member of the band, everyone who worked at the included production studio, once they wrote the lyrics, they all had lots of guts to make a song like this. I suppose must have had a lot of backlash behind the scenes from politics, and how many people must have been a bit disheartened, because this song is basically making most of the Western world's history look as if it was war crimes instead of justified. Because saying mercy killings, and then paid by alliance theologians is like referring to NATO as an alliance, and we are going to get rid of all the issues in the world by fighting the wars, and then mercy killings that come along the way because necessary. So definitely the whole production and the lyric writer definitely has to be called out, whoever it is.
Yes.
Dave Mustaine, the vocalist, is the main songwriter.
Yes.
It's only his name mentioned there.
Yeah. It's not been shared.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, great, great. Thank you for this request, Vivi. That's it from us on Cafe Enoma. Thanks for your love and support, all the hundreds and thousands of subscribers. Thanks to you, we are still here in our 8th year on YouTube, still going strong. Maybe not for too long, but hope we are around for longer. That's it for now. Goodbye.